So in this video, we are going to discuss about immersion suits. We are covering all the life-saving appliances, lifeboat, life raft, rescue boat, life jacket. All these things are already covered. You can watch those videos. So when we talk about general requirements for immersion suit, so I've already taken the exact extract of the life-saving appliances rather than mending it. Okay, so that it gives you a feeling. Yes, we are reading it from the exact LSA code, and next we'll also be covering FFA code altogether. The immersion suit shall be constructed with waterproof material such that it can be unpacked and donned. Waterproof material होना चाहिए, common sense लगाओ. Unpacked and donned without assistant within 2 minutes. Without assistant within 2 minutes. Life jacket में कितना था? How much was time for life jacket? 1 minute without assistance. Taking into account any associated clothing, and a life jacket, if the immersion suit is off, is to be worn in conjunction with a life jacket. Okay, it is not suitable, it will not sustain burning or continue melting after being totally enveloped in a fire for a period of 2 seconds. Okay, it will cover the whole body with exception of the face. Hands shall also be covered unless permanently attached gloves are provided. अगर permanently attached gloves है तो hands cover करनी चाहिए, otherwise it has to cover everything except face. It is provided with arrangement to minimize or reduce free air in the legs of suit and following a jump from a height of not less than 4.5 meter. Okay, this was 4.5 meter is common. Even in life jacket you also find this 4.5 meter. You have to jump. It has to sustain. The life jacket also needs to sustain 4.5 meter. No undue ingress of water in the suit. An immersion suit which also complies with the requirement of life jacket. So it can also be, there are some inbuilt life jacket in some immersion suit wherein life jacket additionally is not supposed to require. Okay, they are self buoyant. An immersion suit shall permit the person wearing it and also wearing a life jacket, if the immersion suit is to be worn in conjunction with a life jacket, to climb up down a vertical ladder at least 5 meter in length, perform normal duties associated with abandonment, jump from a height of not less than 4.5 meter into water without damaging or dislodging the immersion suit or being injured, and swim a short distance through the water and board a survival craft. An immersion suit which has buoyancy and is designed to be worn without a life jacket shall be fitted with a light complying with the requirement of paragraph so and so and visual prescribed by the so and so. If the immersion suit is to be worn in conjunction with the life jacket, the life jacket shall be worn over the immersion suit. A person wearing such an immersion suit shall be able to don a life jacket without assistance. Thermal performance requirements for immersion suit. An immersion suit made of material which has to be inherent insulation shall be marked with instruction that is must be worn in conjunction with warm clothing, because all may not give you that thermal protection. Okay, so constructed with that, when the worn in conjunction with warm clothing and with a life jacket, if the immersion suit is to be worn with a life jacket, the immersion suit continue to provide sufficient thermal protection following one jump in the water into the height of 4.5 meter, to ensure that when it is worn for a period of 1 hour in calm circulating water at a temperature of 5 degrees Celsius, the wearer's body core temperature does not fall more than 2 degrees Celsius. An immersion suit made of material with inherent insulation, when worn either on its own or with a life jacket, if the immersion suit is to be worn in conjunction with a life jacket, shall provide the wearer with sufficient thermal insulation following one jump into the water from a height of 4.5 meter, to ensure that the wearer's body core temperature does not fall more than 2 degrees Celsius after a period of 6 hours immersion in calm circulating water at a temperature of between 0 degrees Celsius and 2 degrees Celsius. Okay, so it must be able to sustain for 6 hours. Buoyancy requirement. A person in fresh water wearing either an immersion suit or an immersion suit with a life jacket shall be able to turn from a face down to face up position in not more than 5 seconds. So is the requirement altogether. Okay, so this was all about immersion suit. I hope it is clear for you. Okay, thank you so much.